So welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be talking about the introduction to Cubase, and I'll be talking about the overview. The moment you open your Cubase, whether you're using Cubase 11, Cubase 12, or Cubase 13 Pro, so you're going to see this kind of a thing. The moment you open it, you will see this thing. Then create empty. As you can see on the screen, you click the empties to create a file when you want to start a new project. And another one is mastering. After you are done with your work, you can master the work that you have created. Or maybe someone sent work to you, then you can master it. So through that one, but we're not going into that now. Later we're going to go into it. The next one is production. Then in this place, in this production, instead of creating an empty space, you can just pick something like electronic production. You just create it. The moment you create it like that, that means you already have a vocal and you already have a piano. The next is for you to just add your piano and play. The same thing goes for this. The same thing goes for recording. You can add clean guitar and vocal. The instrument will be selected for you automatically, provided you have the right plugin. So you won't have to stress yourself. You just have to record. That's the only thing. And after that, you mix. But in our own case now, we are going to start with an empty file and we're going to create a new file. So after creating a new file, you have to customize your folder. Just select a new folder and open it. So you will see a new folder up after, or you just select the default. Just go into your project. Now we're in our project and I'm going to adjust the screen from my OBS studio. Then I'm going to adjust the screen for you to see very well. Okay, this is the interface of Cubase 13 Pro. So I'm using Cubase 13 Pro. Your home might be Cubase 10. It can be Element, it can be Window, it can be Steinbach, it can be any other thing. But this is how it looks like. The interface is just a little bit different, but I'll be using 13 Pro. So in this interface now, we have the right sidebar, we have left sidebar, we have the hopper and down. And I'll be explaining. I will start with the left sidebar. So for right now, the left sidebar is what I call, not what we call. It is what I call the project track space. There is a project space and there is a project track space. In that space, you are going to add all your instruments, all your instruments and your vocals, your effects, your everything is going to be added in this place. You can see if I add track now, then it's going to show in this place. That is the project track space, or I call it track space. Okay, the next one to hit is called the project space. So in my own case, we're going to continue by adding tracks now. Just add a track, and I think we're going to so we're going to try that one out. We have our audio, everything we can talk about, every VST instrument that you can see here, maybe Aliosonic, Konat. In my own case, I have Konat here now, but I don't have Aliosonic because I don't have it on the system, it's on the other PC. So you select an instrument here, maybe guitar, you want to select guitar, you want to select anything, then it will show up in the project space. Whatever instrument you select will show up in the project space. So we're going to add it now. Let us see it as an example. So the thing is loading. All right, now, so the list of the instrument that I added here in this space will be shown here. So if I added 10 instruments, then under that inspection, then you're going to see all these 10 instruments. I will be able to increase the volume for each, to pan it to the left up, to pan it to the right. Maybe I want it, if I pan it to the left, that means that particular audio will be sounding in the left speaker. So if I pan it to the right, it will be sounding on the right speaker. So for example, now you say, so whatever instrument you are adding over there can be, you can see the list of the instruments when you click the visibility. You see if you add 40 instruments, you are going to see everything, then you're going to select and inspect it. So that's what that one is. And the other one that we just clicked now, this one is for controlling, is a control. You see on your Cubase, you can see it over there, but on my Cubase, you're going to see it in this, because I'm using 13 for left, you're going to see it on the other side. So you can reduce the volume and you can increase the volume. As you can see over there, you can increase the volume. You can actually add some effects to that particular track that you've selected. So if I add and have another thing like this now, it's going to show up. over there as well. Okay, that is audio 2. and the audio 2 as well is going to show up here. See, as you can see. So if I make any change to any of these now, it's going to show up here. Then I can I can load the volume, and I can increase the volume as well there. I can mute it, I can solo it as well. I'm going to get into all those mute and solo as well. It's time. So this is the function of this one as well. I don't know if this works, then I'm going to delete them. So okay, so we have not closed that one. We have these two audios now. So the next one that we have is the project space. Whatever work we do on this one is going to show on our project space. As you can see, everything is going to show. So it is the new project space. You're going to use the word chords. You're going to do every other thing as well. Everything is going to show up in the space that you are seeing. My cursor. Yes, it's going to show up here. And if I want to mute, I want to record, I want to do whatever I need to do that we're going to touch. It is the recording space. This recording space. So for example, I'm recording something now. So let's say I'm done and I want to cut this. But I want to add an effect to it. I want to do another one. Then what is going to happen? Then I'm going to cut on this project space. So the next one is this right sidebar. So in the media side, I only have contacts now. In your case, you can have Audio Sonic and Movie Gen 1, Movie Gen 2, then it's best for you. Me, I've not installed a lot because I'm using this one purposely because of tutorial. So all the list of your instrument, the plugin for instrument will be shown here. Everything will be shown here. So I have content here which doesn't even include the instrument. So whatever instrument you now pick here, it's going to show on your track space. Do you understand that now? So the next one is the VST high. VST high, since I don't have any instrument now, I may not be able to see anything, but I will go to the home so that we can actually have something. So in the media again, you can see we have a VST instrument. So which consists the list of my effects as well. When I want to add effect, you can see it contains a lot of effects. Then loop and samples. These are ready-made beats. You can just choose any one and put it there, maybe Woro, maybe Reggae, maybe High Life, and you can just use that one as instead of your tempo. Once you include it, then you can start working without taking time to make any other beats or things like that. So this is the function. If I select this work now, it's going to sound. I'm doing the voiceover, so you may not be able to see it. I will add it into the project track. This one as well, this one as well, this one as well. You can just select one and just put it there and just listen to it. Is that all right now? So the other one is the control room. In this control room now, we can activate our metronome here, and it must be connected. We must make sure that it's connected, including our audio output and audio input. Everything must be connected for you to hear what you are doing. So sometimes your metronome will not work until you activate the control room. Remember, this is just an interface. This metronome, this is just an interface explanation, and I'm trying to just get you familiar with the keyboards that we used to use. If your metronome is not working and you notice that, press the control room and just click this thing to activate it. Yes, that one. After you have clicked it, it will be activated. And make sure everything is turned on. Yeah, it's showing blue. Then you'll be hearing it back to. Do you understand that now? So that's the main. So for this meter, then you can use this one to monitor your work. If it is showing red, the moment it starts showing red, that means your work is getting too loud, too lousy. Then what are you going to do at that particular point? What you're going to do is that you are going to adjust it. Okay. All right. So the next one we have is the next button. This one will return back to the home. And okay, I think we should expand this now. Which I don't think it should work. Okay, go. This one will return back to the home. It's for the project space. The project space, as you can see. So if I had the work now, okay, let me have the work. Okay, I will record. See, that's one. That button is for record. Record. Okay, all right. Now, then I stopped. If I want to return it back to the where I just place my cursor, then I'm going to press this. Bam. If I want to return to the last part of the project, then I'm going to press that one. So this is how this one works. This is how this one works. So the next and back home, next back home, back to the beginning of the project actually. So this one, you're going to highlight the work. It is important that you highlight your work view, and to activate this project actually, then you have to press this. That means that it has been activated. Whatever work I do in this one now, we only extend to this place, It will never extend beyond that. So it won't go beyond because I've actually activated the track. And, if I press record now, let us see. You see that the thing will go back. It will not start going forward. Go back. Do you see now? So that is the function of that one. Alright, but if it's not activated, then there will be problem. The other one is for stop, the other one is for play, and the other one is for record, as we've learned before. So we're going to go to the next one. The other one is timestamp. Then this one is for tempo. So once it is activated, then you can change your tempo to maybe 90. And if you play it, your tempo, your project will be slow, and you can change it back to 120, something better. All right. So depending on what you want to do, and you can tap it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, then it's going to give you your desired tempo. Okay. So, and another thing is that the metronome, that is metronome. So if it's deactivated, you won't hear anything. Or if it's deactivated, you'll be hearing to tips you making your beat. Is that all right now? And whenever you see E, that one is for editing. You can use it to edit your project, your metronome, or whatever it is beside it. So that is the function of this sidebar. Then we're going to move to the hub. Make sure that your audio is connected. You see, from all this place to this place to this place to this place, just leave them as they have. But your control room must be connected, as we said before. Your audio output must be connected, as we said before. Then your audio input as well must be connected as well, as we've actually said before. So if you have a speaker, then you should be rest assured that once they are connected, everything's going to work. So we will get there in a jiffy. Right? We get there. Because if they are not connected, there is no tendency that they are going to work. Using is Behringer. Your sound card is Behringer. Then in that control room, in that audio, make sure you select it and select your speaker for the input and output. And if it is a focus rate, then select it. Once you activate it and it shows connected, then you should be rest assured that everything is going to work. So it must be connected. It must be connected. Once it is connected, then you have an assurance that everything is going to work for you. So I think that's all we have for that now. I'm able to check it later because of the tutorial. So the next one we're going to talk about now is this one. You see these 2 buttons. This one is for redo and undo. As you can see, it's changed now. If I redo it again, the thing will go back. If you see now. So as soon as you did the work and you recorded it and you're like, okay, I don't like this work. Okay. And so, and for this mute, then you can mute the project. The whole track, that whole first track will be muted. The solo, the hash is solo. The whole track will be solo. The only track will be blocking. Maybe you have a list of 200 files and you want to hear only one, then you solo. Maybe you want to mute one, then you mute. You can mute even 10, even more than that, right? You can mute it. So, and the next one is automation. We'll be touching them one after the other. This one is automation. So maybe you have seen work before, and when the work is about to finish, the volume will be low until it's finished. So that's how that one works, right? That's how it works. Then we'll be touching it later. So without wasting time, then we are going to go to the next thing that we have. Okay. So let's demonstrate the automation. That's the automation. That you see the arrow now. So if I have a project that is active now, when I play the project, The moment the project gets to this place, then it will be slow, to be low, and the project will end. So that's the function of the automation. All right. So now that I'm done with it, I'm going to close it. Set the function. So the next one is for click. That cursor is for click. You can use it to click. We've been using it since morning. Even if you cut, make sure you return back to it. That okay, you have pressed it back so that you won't cut out your project. The next one is for highlighting. Same as the other one as well. You can highlight your work that okay, I want it to be from 1 to 4. What's the other one to be from? This. Then you can use this one, which I prefer that you use this for highlight. In case you have a lot of projects or a bigger project, then what are you going to do? Because it's going to bring, let's say we have audio 1 now. You see, it will show audio 1. For audio 2, it shows audio 2. Yes. So if we rename this one to maybe guitar 1, then it's going to bring guitar 4 also. Then it's going to bring guitar. And if we rename this one to piano 3, it's going to bring piano 3. So we can just mark it with this so that we know that we want to record guitar from 7 minutes to 9 minutes. We want to record guitar. Then from 6 minutes to 8 minutes, we want to record piano. We have not actually recorded, but it is already there that okay, we're going to do this thing. And we never forget that we wanted to do something like this. So if I have recorded, then it's going to show wave, but there won't be wave on this one. It's just a marker, right? So that's the function of that one. And we're going to move to the next one, which is the eraser. So once you eraser, now I don't need all these projects, then I'm going to erase them. The same way your eraser actually work. That same way. Then this one is cut scissors. Then I cut it. I cut this now. I don't need the part that I just cut. Then I'm going to cut it. So I zoomed it so that you can actually see that I actually cut it and I don't need it. That's the reason why I cut it. And so once you are cut, you can delete. You can delete it. You can cut another part as well. You can, depending on what your preference. So you need it? Do you not need it? If you don't need it, then you can cut it. Okay, about it. And the next one is color. Oh, sorry. The next one is glue. So what I cut, then I can use that one to glue it back. And the next one is mute. So this whole project is now mute now. It won't be working again. And that mute, it won't be working again. So I can and know that the mute is actually different from the other mute. This other mute. The other mute will move the entire project. But this kind of mute that I just selected will only mute part of the project. So if I cut a part in this project now, let me activate this project back. Right? If I cut a part in this project now, then what will happen? One part I can mute one part and every other part will be working. So let's demonstrate that by cutting. Then I've cut it now, then I have muted this one. That this other project will be working because I only muted this one. So the difference between this mute and the other mute is that this one will mute the entire project and the other one will actually mute part of the project, the one you actually selected to be muted. All right. So the next one is color. Then you can color your project to differentiate them from each other. So I think I should activate this first so that it will be more meaningful. Oh, I muted this again. So I can see this is the kind of color that I want for this one. This one is blue, this one is whatever color it is. So you can do the same thing for all your projects to just make them look special and different from each other. See that one now. So without wasting much time, we're going to move to the next one, which is the bar. So what I'm doing now, I'm on using bar and beat, bar plus beat. So we have seconds, we have sample, we have it depends. This one will be showing me from 0 to 5, to from 5 to 10, from 10 to 15, from 15 to it's like a 5 interval. But the other one that you just showing you now is I think a seconds. Then we have sample as well, and we have some orders as well. So that's how those things works. So I'll be showing you later. It depends. So the next thing is quantize. So we can quantize this by this. So we'll be talking about quantize later. That's for quantization. We'll be talking about later. So we've been using this one before. You see, this right sidebar is gone. The moment I activate this one, the left sidebar will come. In your home case, you may not have up to 4, you can have up to 3. So that doesn't mean so, but that's how to activate them. So the other one is mix console. Then you can mix your whatever, every of your track will be here. You can edit it through the editor, you can mix it through the mix console, the sample control is there, and every other thing as well. So in case I tell you to mute, to edit, in fact, on your system, you can press F3 and it's going to show up. Show it up. So if I have added anything here, then I can double click and edit that. Okay, instead of method do, I press method D, then I can remove the method D, then and place it back to do. So you can actually move your notes from this, and this is what this one is all about. So we touch them one after the other. So we've come to the end of this part, and then we'll be moving to the other part of this project. Okay. All right, the next thing we are going to talk about is that we are going to organize our tracks, and we are going to arrange our track, and we're going to save and manage our project. So that's the next tutorial. Stay tuned. Thank you.